What are your thoughts on the fact that Jasmine Brown is now tired?
We're all going to struggle for something, and you choose what you suffer for.
We don't care. We don't care, ma'am.
It's okay to say I get tired. Doesn't mean that they're about to leave the relationship. But you know what? She is doing the work. And if she is being a mother to all of those children, you know what? We're going to get her a spa day. We're going to help her out.
Months ago, she was a happy servant. This month, she's a tired servant. She didn't say I quit.
You are not a servant, ma'am. You are a concubine.
So for those who didn't know, Jasmine Brown was the one who said she was a joyful servant and that she was taking care of Cam Newton and all his 1,000 kids, his 8 to be precise. And at the same time, she was the one who was anticipating his needs and fulfilling those needs in anticipation. If she thought she was going to leave, he was jumping up and packing his bag for him. And so with that being said, she now has stated that she's exhausted. She said that she does not have any help, despite the fact that she was and is and continue to be a joyful servant. So here's my question to you guys. Can women be joyful, a joyful servant, and exhausted? As a matter of fact, can we talk about how women can sometimes be unsupported when they're taking care of the full household, which is probably the reason why those red pill men their marriage was being dissolved also because they weren't helping taking care of the household. But besides all that, or do you think she's just complaining? Is this just complaining for complaining's sake because she stated she was a joyful servant? I'm just curious. What are your thoughts on the fact that Jasmine Brown is now tired?
I don't have no problem with her being tired. I mean, everybody gets tired. I mean, it's fine for her to say she's tired. That's cool. I don't think she's like a victim. I don't think anybody should feel sorry for her because while she's complaining she's taking care of these 8 kids, there's somebody else who gets up and works 2 fast food jobs and they're on their feet all day. Ma'am, pick a struggle. You know what I mean? We're all going to struggle for something. We're all going to suffer for something. You choose what you suffer for. She want to live that lifestyle that comes with Cam Newton's orbit and his influence and his money. This is what your price of admission was for that. Please stop complaining. You were just saying you enjoyed it. Now, I do get it. Sometimes we bite off more than we can chew. And it's okay to say that. That's cool. But what I am saying is the situation hasn't changed. Cam didn't do anything different. He didn't throw new stuff on her. It's the same situation it was when she was joyful. Now she's just tired. That's okay. But you can't blame him. He didn't switch it up. He didn't do something new, right? She got the same relationship that he sold her in the beginning. Now, if she doesn't like it anymore, then yes, maybe she needs to negotiate. But I don't think you can blame him for that. So, and when women ask for this lifestyle, listen, nobody gets a free ride for nothing, ladies. You're going to have to do something you don't want to do, okay? We are all in this life doing something we don't want to do. I see women like, I don't want to work. My man got to work. I don't want to spend my money. He got to do that. I don't want to do this. I don't do manual labor. I don't pick up stuff. I don't do this. What is it you do? Like, seriously, y'all, everybody's so entitled now. So I'm glad she's working. I'm proud of her, ma'am. I be tired too. Hey, I've raised kids alone, and yes, it's a struggle. But guess what? The job is tiring. You're going to be okay. You're doing it right. That's okay. Keep pushing. Okay? Enjoy your soft life. You got a big tub. You have some ways to unwind from your struggle that the average person doesn't have. So when Tia B bring her tiny violin next week, make sure she play a song for you. Y'all go ahead.
And I'm going to bring that hoe just for her because she's on that list too. Because, ma'am, we don't care. We don't care, ma'am. You had 8 kids with a man who said he never wanted to marry you. You had 8 kids with a man who said he was going to continue to cheat. You are not a servant, ma'am. You are a concubine. You are a legacy builder. Your job was solely to come through and bear children and fruit and raise them. That is your job. You signed up for it without a contract, unfortunately, which means you're stuck with those 8 kids. Yes, my violin plays in the background for you because take it. Gucci Mane's wife, Keisha Kior, actually came out yesterday and had a very similar video saying she does everything for him except help him shower. She prepares his meals, lays them on the table, and all of those things. I anticipate at some point in her life, maybe, just maybe, Gucci Mane may buy maids for her. I don't know. But maybe she would be feeling like this lady does as well. We don't care.
So
your mansion is your pay.
I just want to clarify one thing. He actually this is his 3rd baby mama, I believe. The other kids are by other women. She only has one with him. That makes
right, but if she stipulates that she's taking care of all 8, I feel like she's probably being the queen sucker. Her house is the house.
No, I love that you said that, Tia, because what made this story relevant was the ability to have empathy towards women who are doing it alone, right? But I heard absolutely none because this was about this particular woman. No, it's okay. Listen, I'm not knocking that, right? I think you made your point clear, and I would just love for you to keep that same energy if you're just talking about women in general who choose to be in these situations where they're taking care of multiple kids and being with a man who they know clearly is not going to be very attentive at the home, like Nelly was, for example. Because I also seem to remember that was the same energy that S&M was on when she was talking about the whole Nelly situation, because like low key, she knew what she was getting into and then she was with the nigga. So I'm just glad that you don't have the empathy. Yeah, we were just talking about how like women get in relationships with men and they should know that the guy is not going to be really at the crib helping them out like that. And so it makes it very hard for them to complain. The irony for me was that I knew that both of you would take that slant, but as the guy here, I was like, well, that's kind of sucky because I can empathize with the woman who's having to do a lot at home, right? But I get it, you know what I mean? So I'm going to stop there because I don't want to just shit because I still have a certain energy. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say my piece here. I just find it interesting for young women folks. Y'all just, I have to question the motivation behind the energy around this young lady, right? Okay, so what? She said some things, she decided to switch it up, right? When I saw her speaking, it wasn't like she was boohoo crying for real. She was giving an account of what happens. Even people who like love service sometimes get frustrated sometimes. Sometimes it feels like a lot. Y'all act like people can't just have a human experience where they got to be cheery all the time. Yeah, there are people who enjoy being homemakers and providers. I know that's a concept that's very difficult for some of y'all. Y'all wonder why, never mind. But for some of us, they enjoy that, right? And even those people who enjoy it, sometimes they get tired. It's okay to say I get tired. Doesn't mean that they're about to leave the relationship, they're going towards divorce and all that other shit. I think y'all need to believe that to feed whatever it is that y'all got to feed as if it validates your position on the situation. She's in a relationship with somebody that she seems to be happy with. She speaks her truth. She's a content creator. Like, until she leaves the nigga, update me then. But until then, she seems to be satisfied. Y'all are wishing upon a star that somehow it doesn't work out. And it's a real cry for help. Because how dare she be okay with being a mother to 8 kids, even some of those, it's not hers. The nerve of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I get that I'm the guy who doesn't support women, but no, I'm sorry, right? Because to me, I can hear her saying, hey, maybe I wish that my guy was around the house a little bit more. As a husband who has a 4-year-old about to be 4, I'm attentive to that. So I can understand if my wife feels that way, because sometimes, even though I am busy, I still wonder if she feels that way. So then I try to be more intentional about being around. But I get that. Listen, I ain't making millions of dollars launching a bunch of podcasts and trying to get the bread like Cam is right now. I'm just doing what I do. But yeah, some guys don't necessarily pay attention and some guys do. It's up to having that conversation. I get that. That's a real thing. But we won't have that conversation because we prefer to be more frivolous about the fact that this particular young lady, who's attractive, by the way, right? And regardless of what she says, she's still the queen of that castle. So until otherwise, I don't see why we hating on her. For real. And it saddens me that we just can't have a smidgen of empathy for a person who is saying, damn, I'm taking care of 8 kids. Sometimes it gets a little hard. It's a little difficult. It got to be all this other stuff to justify our particular position. I get it. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
I mean, let's be very clear. These are what S&M said, 3 different baby mamas. This is a man who said he does not want to be committed and he would never be committed to one woman. This is a man who has not only shown her the red flags, but thrown them at her ass and gave her the ultimatum to stay. In those instances where she was hurt and when she was sad, she stayed. And guess what? Being a content creator means when you put your shit on the internet, you leave them for people like me to come to my own conclusions. So yes, when you get back on after saying, I proudly serve my man and my children and this is my job and I love it. Nah, bitch, I don't want to hear your complaints today because you're right. Having 8 kids is a hard ass struggle. Guess what? Having 2 is too. Having 4 is too. We do it. So when you sign up for something without the things that you may need, you don't allow someone to keep bringing more to you while you stay. Typically on these issues, you guys are deflecting, talking about how she probably didn't cook dinner, and that's why he wanted to go cheat and have a baby with another woman. But no, in this moment, you want to pull out the violin for this person? I shall not. I will not. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm like, where was all this smoke for Grace for Dr. Cheyenne Bryan? Because y'all rode her hard as hell last week. And so, but now for Jasmine Brown, and I actually got grace for Jasmine Brown because I'll save it, let you guys go. But I just want to point out the difference between how y'all talking about Jasmine Brown versus how y'all talking about Dr. Cheyenne Bryan and
Is it
her
Dr.
choices.
Jasmine Brown? Is it
her
Dr. Jasmine
choices
Brown?
that she made.
Is
It's
it
still an
Dr.
individual person. It's still
Is
an
she
individual
purporting herself as a
and
professional speaking on
she's
issues?
a content creator who does the purpose of creating content to influence other people's decisions, as well as a comedian, as well as so she has a lot of stuff going on for her. No,
She's
I'm
a
saying
boss
you
bitch.
can't.
That's
You
why
can't.
they
Hold
hate
on.
her.
No, I'm
She's a
saying,
boss bitch.
I'm
That's
saying
why they
y'all
hate
can't
her.
say that we shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Y'all roll hard, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, but you don't want to ride hard on Jasmine. And I support that because you know what? Sometimes you can't be hard all the time. I'm just showing the difference. You know what I'm saying?
No, what
They
you're
both
no,
create.
Jasmine
hold
is
on,
not
Jay.
putting herself as an expert.
Did you go first? Yeah, because if she's talking,
I
I'm the
didn't go
one.
first at
I'm
all.
the
I was
one.
gonna
If
slip.
I spoke and you're saying we did it, and if Jay and Delva didn't speak, you're talking about me by reduction.
I'm talking about y'all
Can I
as a
just
whole for Dr.
ma'am,
Cheyenne Bryant.
ma'am, can I
I said
finish? Can I
specifically
finish?
Dr.
Can I
Cheyenne
finish?
Bryant.
So see, right? I let you know what I mean. Y'all see what's happening. I don't even gotta say nothing, right? Because as soon as oh my God, he's about to be right. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to clarify. But no, go ahead, man. I'm gonna let you have it, SNL. You know, that's some bullshit.
Go ahead, Devin.
No, I mean, you know, I still say, well, you know, that she put in a lot of work. You know, what I mean, you know, he told her, listen, I'm not going to ever commit to you, but I want to, you know, I want you to be my 8th baby mama. So she was like, okay, cool. There's some things that come with that. But you know what? She is doing the work, and if she is being a mother to all of those children, you know what? We're gonna get her a spa day. We're gonna help her out. You know, it's we're gonna get her a nap and let her take a day off here and there. But she's not going anywhere. She finds more value in being the mother to all those kids and being a part of Cam Newton's life because nobody's putting a gun in her head. She could leave. And to Nick's point, as soon as she leaves, okay, we'll talk about that. She was so tired that she left, but she's not tired enough to the degree that she is. So, you know.
I just want to make one clarification. This is just for clarification. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant versus comedian Jasmine Brown. Go ahead, Jay, because we're supposed to hold them to the same count because they're the same person. Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm looking at is a lot of women who hated her decision, and because they've been secretly hating or not so secretly hating on her decision, they now thought they saw a wind shift, right? A course correction. And they were like, oh my God, look at this. This proves, This proves that she wasn't, all she was doing is being authentic. Okay. Unlike Dr. Whoever, she wasn't purporting herself as an expert of anything other than her own life. And in speaking of her life, whereas months ago she was a happy servant, this month she's a tired servant. She didn't say I quit. Right? I respect her. I respect her for not doing what so many people on the internet do. And that is to give you this glossed over, stylized version of life that's unrealistic, whether they're talking about marriages or friendships or how to make $1 million or start a business or whatever. People are always selling these ideas of things without really telling you the downsides. So, Jasmine, I'm here for it, girl. You gonna do your thing, Miss Brown. Okay, you keep it real. If you tired, say you tired, and then get yourself up next morning and get back to it.
And this is a thing that is unsaid. Like, y'all say y'all want a man to be honest, right? And y'all pretend like y'all would be open to certain things if he was. But y'all end up showing yourselves to be liars because when y'all see a woman who actually chose that option, y'all be so quick to judge her, right? That's how we can see past y'all bullshit, right? So I'm advocating for people to be honest. And apparently this brother was to the sister. The sister decided to accept it. And we're the ones on the outside complaining about their situation, but she seems content, at least enough to still be there. Like, make that make sense to me, right? So I get it. Because the thing is, when it's not something that y'all would do, especially if it goes against maybe the code, like how dare you, girl, be okay with your man cheating in front of you like that in front of the world? I want to do it mine silently, privately. See the previous part of the show, right? Or some of y'all prefer to keep your heads buried in the sand. I don't want to know. But listen, man, any more thoughts on this one? Because
I was like, I gotta wrap this one up. So let me go ahead and put my thoughts out there.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And
You sure you didn't go already? Because I felt like you
no,
did.
I did not. As a matter of fact, I did not. Jay went twice. Well, I understand. Sometimes pressure looks like confusion for you, so it's all good.
Oh yeah.
But no, I'm just kidding.
Get it.
We're gonna run it back and watch what happened. Go ahead.
Finish him.
He was being emotionally available. That's what happened.
But look,
That's what happens.
so look, so Jasmine Brown. So I just want to point out for like in general, she stated before she got with Cam about she had this whole conversation about where women were doing it wrong. And she had this whole conversation pieces, think tanks of how she was going to do it right, the right way and what women was doing so wrong and how they can get a man like Cam. She literally had whole conversations pertaining to those particular topics. So then when she got Cam and she got pregnant, and then she clowned a whole lot of women before she got pregnant by Cam. When she got pregnant by Cam, her story changed just a little bit. And now it was like, yeah, I'm pregnant, but you know what? It don't matter because at least I'm pregnant with $1 million baby. So one, she did act like she was the subject matter expertise on shitting on other women as it pertains to how you can get your man, keep your man. And now I got $1 million baby. Two, she said she's a joyful servant. I actually like the fact that she was a joyful servant because what she did was present herself as this is the perfect woman. This is the perfect woman role that we need to play. And this is how you keep your man happy. I love that. And you know what happened? She ended up being overwhelmed. Because when we play a certain role and present a certain way, it's not always cookies and creams in the background. It's not always silver and gold in the background while we're presenting a certain way. So I appreciate the fact that she's telling her story that I'm exhausted. I did too much. I took on too much because she tried to portray this perfect role of this perfect woman that she was trying to tell everybody else, this is how they should be. This is what they need to do. This is how they can keep their man. And she keeping them. You know why? Because she playing her place. You know what I'm saying? He said, I want a womb warmer. I want an incubator. I want somebody who can cook, clean, and all that good shit. While I look for somebody who I may marry later on. Because he went on his own show and said he had no chance of marrying her. He's still looking for the woman he's going to marry. So I'm cool with her playing her role and knowing her place. Something that we talked about a lot, about women knowing their place. She knows her place. I support her knowing her place and playing her role. I also support the fact that she was transparent and that she was so vulnerable because there's a lot of women who are overwhelmed. And they're overwhelmed with 1, 2, 3, 4 children. They're overwhelmed if they don't have support. And that's what the real crux of the conversation is what type of support was she expecting? But in general, the larger conversation is what type of support can women expect in these relationships when they have multiple, when they have a man who has multiple baby mamas and may have, or matter of fact, not even that, just in general, what type of support can women expect when they have children, right? And so I appreciate the fact that she brought that conversation up because it turns out as part of that red pill conversation, these women felt unsupported in their marriages. And that also was contributing to that rise of them stepping out of their marriage because, i.e. divorcing, because they felt unsupported. So she's talking about it as a girlfriend, not as a wife though, but as a girlfriend because she did not secure that ring as a girlfriend. And I support that because they're in a long-term committed relationship. So with that being said, Cam Newton said he's a provider. He's providing all day. That's what she wanted. She chose her poison. And matter of fact, I won't even call it poison. She chose the lifestyle that she wanted. She acknowledged that she's exhausted from the lifestyle that she wanted, and I hope she continues to support and play her role in the lifestyle that she wanted. For those women so my advice to women who was not expecting this particular lifestyle, i.e. having kids and whatnot, and having a man that did not support them or whatever the case may be, but they're still providing, that's when you need to have discernment and figure out what you're going to do, how far you're willing to go, and when it's time to renegotiate, as the guys were talking about, renegotiate in that particular relationship. So I'm all for it.